Tonight I'm going to be putting this B kit, RF-02 FM transmitter kit together. It's a little simple 3 transistor kit. This one was about, I think it was 120 off AliExpress. So we'll float around with this for a while, stick it all together and see what it does. So, beginning with, I think I start putting in the resistors first. So, let's see, 10k, 10k, 10k. Right, I'll stick all the 10k resistors in first. There's 5 of them. This is a nice relaxing thing to be at when you've nothing better to be doing. I think it's a nice way to pass a half an hour or whatever. Just nice and simple. You don't have to be thinking about anything. And the entertainment you get out of it, you would even get a cup of coffee for it. So, sure, what else would you be at? These are a great little kit if you want to get into soldering or that. They're good to practice with because they're so cheap. And then at the end of it, if everything works out, you have a little FM transmitter as well, so you feel as if you're getting something for your effort, which is good. There's no diagram with this, but all the values are marked on the board, so it's fairly easy. I find it's easy to mount all the small components on the board first, and then do the large ones like the phono socket or whatever afterwards. So, one last one, 10k. Where can we see 10k? And up here. Bang a bit of solder on those, clip them off, and stick a few more on then. Yeah, they're a great way of practicing soldering on that, because if you do damage something, you know, it's only €1 or whatever, you're not gonna be overly upset. So here we are. I like to snip the leads as well as we go along, just to make space for working on the other ones. I always think there's something very satisfying about snipping newly soldered component leads. It's a nice feeling. Snip. Yeah. One of the things I like to use is a little magnet. Just stops them going all over the place, and you can pluck them off and throw them in the bin when you're done. Right, so we're like what, a 16th of the way there or something. So what's next? We'll do all the resistors first. So I need I'll look for the 100k and stick that in. Brr. Focus, you gimp. So brown is 1, black is 0, and yellow is 5 zeros. So 1 and 6 zeros, which is 100,000 ohms, which is 100k. Super. Next one, 47k. It's not 47k, is it? It is. Yellow is 4, purple is 7, orange is 3, so 47000, 47,000, 47k. So one of those. Here. If this is really boring, I suggest you like skip ahead or go a bit to see if it actually works or not. But if you like to keep yourself in suspense, stick with me. It's Saturday night, folks. We've nothing better to be doing, really. Well, we probably have, but Mrs. Odge is inside looking at, I don't know, Have I Got Talent or some crap. I have loads of talent out me shed. Right. 470 home is our next one. So yellow, purple, brown. 4710. 470. I suppose I should be really checking these to make sure they're alright before I put them in. But I did stick one of these together before and I had no problems with it, so I think we'll be okay. Famous last words. Right, more solder time. The old soldering station down in Sterling worked there. She was in standby and she's hot already. Heats up super quick. What would you get for €19? Yeah, it's a relaxing thing to do. When you're doing this, you're not thinking of anything else. It's a handy way to unwind. Right, what's next? Well, I've got this built yet. I wouldn't be much use on a production line anyway. I'll finish the resistors off. So 22k, 100 ohm. I think that's it. And there's only 2 resistors on the bench, so it must be. $100 ohm. People get a bit panicked when they're learning about electronics at first and they say the colour codes and resistors and stuff. But after a while, and it doesn't take too long for it to learn it off, you don't even see the colours on the resistors, you just kind of see the numbers in your head. It kind of comes automatically. I suppose like Morse code for fellas or whatever. Becomes intuitive. I mean, this is a cheap old hobby. If it's something you're thinking of getting into. Roll of solder, couple of quid. Best soldering station in the world. 19 quid. Kits to build for a couple of quid. Electronic crap to pull out of skips. Sure, you couldn't go wrong. Oh no. Don't drop it on the floor. Right, so we've all our resistors in, so I think I'll start shoving caps in now. Mm. 30p, 30 puff, 30 picofarads. Yeah. Next. 100 picofarads. Next. 1000 picofarads, 102. One 100 picofarads. Yeah. We're getting there. Might even get it done tonight at this rate. $102. There. 104, which is 0.01 microfarads, or 100 nanofarads. Another one there. Another one there. Might get a bang a bit of solder on those before too many leads to be in my way. So, when I was a kid, I used to hang around this TV shop up the top of the street from the house where I lived. And I used to go in there every day after school, muck about. And I remember one day, this fella came in with a television and he wanted to repair it, and the man says, yeah, I think I know what's wrong with that. It'll be, I think it was £120 at the time. And the man said, yeah, that's okay, go ahead with that. So he got it up on the bench anyway. Now it turned out to be something else that was wrong with the TV. And whatever, it was a lot cheaper than what he originally thought. So he did the job anyway, whatever it was, I can't remember. But fixed it anyway. He had it going out in the front room in the shop when your man came in to collect it. And man produced the 120 quid. And he said, no, I've good news for you. It's only going to be 50. And your man hit the fucking roof and says, what are you doing? Putting second-hand parts in me TV. So the moral of the story is, some people can never be pleased. You know. So I think it was about 7 or 8 at the time. Interesting. Used to get stuff like that all the time. Kind of put you off dealing with the old general public. But remember, the customer is always right. So there you are. Just a little story. When I was about 15, the man with the shop rang me up and he says, there's a lady up the top of the town, her TV won't come on. Would you mind going up and have a look at it? I says, yeah, alright. Didn't really want to, you know. Even at this stage, there wasn't a whole lot you could do with a television in the house. Anyway, I sauntered on up the town and I knocked on the door. And she came out and answered the door, and I told her, yeah, heard about the TV. Oh yes, I've been expecting you, she says. And I walked in and she had a row of newspaper from the front door going into a door on the right hand side up to the TV in the corner on the carpet. I don't know what she was expecting. I think she was expecting me to have to walk in there with a plough fail or something. So anyway, row of newspaper up to the TV. So, little small 14-inch colour set. Can't remember what make it was. Sort of late 80s. Little small plastic box effort. I walked up and it was Christmas. And she was after plugging in Christmas lights. She had a little plug in the corner socket. And the Christmas lights plugged in, but she hadn't plugged the TV in. And that's why the TV wouldn't work. So I said to her, yeah, you haven't plugged the telly in, you know. What do you mean I haven't plugged the telly in? So it's plugged out. So she plugged out the Christmas lights and plugged in the TV. So that was all well and good. I left her with the telly working. And I walked back down the town, and as I had to walk past the shop, I thought I'd call in and tell him what was after happening. So I goes in, and as I'm telling him what's happened, the phone rings, and it's herself again, saying that that young man came and told me that the TV was plugged out and it was working, and then when he left, it stopped working again. Oh, for fuck's sake. What's all this about? So anyway, will you go up and have another look at the telly? Maybe there's something else wrong with it. Dry joint in the power supply or blah blah blah. So, gone being here, go traipses back up the town again. Hello, Mrs. Newspaper still down from the first visit. I heard you're having more problems with your television. Yes, it's not working. I walked in. The Christmas lights were on. The television was plugged out again. So I kindly explained to her as best I could that television doesn't work on magic. It has to be plugged in to work. So she didn't seem too happy about it either. 68 puff in there. So there are sort of some of the things that happen. Of course, I don't think anyone fixes TVs in the house anymore. And there's very few people left fixing TVs at all now. In the latest Samsung sets, you can't even open them up. There's no screws. And you have to use a podger to open them. And invariably you break all the clips when you do. And even when you do get it open, I mean, what do you do with it? Unless it's caps in the power supply or something, it's game over. And the TVs are that cheap now that even if you can repair it, they'll probably not worth your while. Because they'll tell you that, oh, I can buy a new set for the, how much? 50 quid? I can buy a new telly for 50 quid. So, that's what you're up against. And that's what you're up against. I just had to pause the video there because the wife came out with a little present for me. Ha! Nothing says I love you like a glass of Prosecco with a strawberry in it. So that was a nice delivery. Unexpected. We'll have a bit of that. Cheers everyone. It's only Valentine's Day next week, so. Yummy. I'm spoiled rotten. That's what's wrong with me. I used to be a hard and working class man. Now I'm drinking Prosecco on YouTube. What has happened to me? I've lost my way. So anyway, what was I saying? Everyone's with TVs will think they run on magic. Yeah. Let's solder on that one. Yeah. Old ears. They're good fun. Not too shabby. Right. Oh, one more cap. 10 puff. 10 picofarad. That couples the aerial. Or antenna, if you feel that way inclined. Do 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 do. Right, what's next? We're actually we're getting close. Right, I think I'll go for transistors next. 9014, is that 9014? 9018. Right, we'll put the 9018 in. Where's that? That's a 9018 as well. So for like, I think this was €1.05 or something like that. Like, when you think about it, I can remember in Pete's electronics development kits and all. Now this is going back 20 years ago. They were all like 20 and, well, yeah, 20 and 30 pounds at the time. Now this crap is like cheaper than a cup of coffee. It's incredible when you think about it, really, how cheap stuff has got with China and AliExpress and cheap shipping and what have you. You have to ask yourself, will it last forever? I don't think it will. I don't think it will. I think it'll dry up at some stage, unfortunately. So make the most of what we can. So we do. Make the most of it. Stock up on all your bits and pieces now, folks. So, I collect old TVs, old radios, anything old with a plug on it. You know, if it's electrical or whatever. And I think I do that because, well, I think, yeah, I'm paying a penance. As I say, the TV shop years ago, when I was around, this is about 20 years ago, maybe a little bit more now, 25. I used to have a little Saturday job there, and that was to, all the ex-rental TVs were coming in. I used to rent like 800 or 900 TVs. And it was coming to the end of their well, they were all fairly old at this stage, old Solaras and stuff. Finlux and Ferguson, stuff like that. Solara J's. They were all sort of big brown wooden box yokes. No one wanted in 1995 anymore. And rental was finished more or less because the televisions had become so cheap and so reliable. People could afford to just go out and buy a new set rather than renting the same set for 20 years. So what do you do with all these old TVs? Well, you put a 7-year-old boy into a room upstairs in your shop and you give him a hatchet and a bin and you tell him to put all the TVs in the bin. And you get, I don't know, £5 note at the end of the day. And you can run down to the shop at the end of the street and get himself a tenpenny bag and a can of Coke and a packet of Teo crisps and all sorts. Well, £5 was a lot of money back in, whatever, 96 or whatever. So yeah, you could get a lot of gear in the shop for that. In fact, £5 would probably do you a week's worth of sweets and stuff. But anyway, all the old TVs met their death. So now I'm sort of paying a penance. You know, trying to save the TVs that are left. But it's a bit of crack. It is a bit of crack. Okay, so we've got 3 inductors, so I'm going to stick them in next. And the board is marked AT5T70, which I'm going to assume is the number of turns in the inductor, which makes sense. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Yeah. Hold on, I have to think about this. Hold on, 2 8s, yeah, 2 8s. 2 8s, 7 turns on our variable inductor, yeah? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. We're okie dokie. I'm gonna get a soldering nose. Here, just watch this for a second, actually. I'll show you this soldering iron. It's in sleep mode there. It's just cooling off. When I shake this, watch how quick it gets hot again. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I think it's pretty cool. Maybe it's not, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a bit sad. Yeah, so what was I saying? Smashing up tellies. I know it was 7. But then all these ex-rental sets and sets that couldn't be repaired or were wrote off because they were too old to be repaired as well. Anyway, eventually there were so many sets coming in that I couldn't keep up with the hatchet and the hammer. So then he had a van. So we used to load up the van on a Saturday and go down to the dump. And at the dump, if you can imagine, this is landfill now at this time, not a recycling centre or whatever. All this dust went into a hole in the ground. Everything went into a big hole in the ground. I remember, we used to back the van up and there was a little wall about 2 foot high, I'd say, right? And at the other side, in the car park, and at the other side of the wall, it went down about 40, well, I don't know how far it went down. You know, when you're small, everything looks bigger. But I'm going to say it went down about 40 or 50. It went down 1,000,000 foot. No, it went down about 40 or 50 feet. Right? Big sort of steep embankment. So, ye old TV would be put up on the edge of the wall, you know, and just actually boom, 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 land at the bottom. And then TV number 2, what he used to try and do is he'd get it and he'd lift it up and try and smash it off TV 1. I thought this was great at the time, you know. The 2 of us did, but we kind of feel a bit bad about it now, you know, because all TVs are cool. But we didn't know that back then. He was running a business at the time, it wasn't a hobby. But yeah, that was the dump. It was a bit scandalous, really, when you think about all the stuff that just went into the ground. You know? A bit scandalous. Right, we're nearly there. Congratulations if you've stuck with me this long. You probably haven't, but it's alright. I forgive you. I forgive you. I don't think I'd watch this for half an hour either. I'm 30 minutes in now. I wonder how long this will take to load up to YouTube. Probably about 4 days. That's the power connector on. Phono connector time. Put that under to hold it up. that'll do. Bang up the soldering iron a bit. Plenty of heat. So I can tack it on quick, not melt it. Right, we're looking good. Inductor time. Variable inductor is in place. Right. LED in, electrolytic, and the little wire there. LED goes. Where does the LED go? Goes there. You don't need the LED, you could probably do without it. You know, it's only just a power indicator. If you wanted to save battery consumption, blah blah blah, you could omit the LED. Electrolytic. Electrolytic goes in. Touch of solder. Right, done. I've left out one thing if you're not going to fit it because I don't want it. That's the microphone. I don't want that because I'm going to use phono in. So, that's what I'm going to do. Right, we're all together. So I've to sort out 3 to 6 volts for it, and we'll power it up. Oh, I'm missing one thing. Power antenna. Right, I'll do that and I'll get back to you. Okay, so we're rigged up. Blah blah blah. Here it is. We're on. LED's on. No. Right. We've got about 6 volts coming into her from the old Capacitor. And we have a blank carrier on the old little radio here. So I need to find an audio source, stick it in, and then we'll see how far it goes. Okay, so I don't upset anyone with copyright infringement, blah blah blah. So I'm just using this little audio generator to modulate our doofer, our FM transmitter, into a radio, and as you can see, it is this. And you can do it. Possibly do it. Okay, so we know that's us, right? So, okay, so we're outside the shed now. We're about 20 foot away from the transmitter. 30 foot, 40 foot maybe. 50 foot. 60 foot. Good bit away from the shed now. That's the shed in the distance. So you could say it reliably gets about 100 feet. Alright, so that's that. Good luck.